morning everybody, it's Jean-Marie. Today I thought I would make some cute little summery whimsical earrings using up a whole lot of little clusters. Thought it'd be a cute way to demonstrate what you can do with some clusters. You could add them to a pair of earrings, you could make that a pendant piece, or as I did in a bracelet that you have not seen yet because it will be coming out in my May Bargain Bead Box show and tell. I did a whole bracelet in nothing but cluster, so the whole bracelet is done like this but goes all the way around, and that will be coming out this week in my May Bargain Bead Box show and tell. But in the meanwhile, I thought we would just make some fun, whimsical little cluster jewelry. I thought these little fish were absolutely adorable. And these beads came from the Bead Box bargain site. They were a pack of 4. I'm going to work on the fish first. I'm going to move Butterfly out of the way. They were a pack of 4. And the number for them, they are check glass. And the number was 3884. And they're just a fish bead, blue, aqua, white swirl mix. I thought they were really, really adorable, so I got those. And for my cluster beads, the beads for my cluster, I should say, this is a great way to use up beads in your bead soup. If you have a whole lot of like little 4mm beads in your bead soup and you just want to use them all up, you don't have a whole lot of any one color, put them together and make a cluster. They're very, I'm going to say they're very easy, but they are extremely time consuming. But you know what? Sit on the couch. This is what I do. I sit on the couch, I watch my favorite show, and I just wrap clusters and get them together. I just do the beads, and then I cluster them all up afterwards. Anyway, so I have these little 4mm rondelles with a little flash to them in a pretty little teal green color. So that's one selection. And I have these coming off the strand. These are just a nice light blue bicone. So there's another one. And then I have a bicone in this pretty opalite blue. But again, like I said, you can use anything in your bead soup and get that used up as well. I do have these darker blues. And in the bottom here, I have these little melon beads. And these came on a 4.5-inch strand. They were one of my free gifts from the Bead Box bargain site when I placed an order. But they're the perfect color. They have that same green and the blue in a mix. And they're just a little tiny melon bead, which is perfect to go with the rest of these. So that's my 5 beads I have. You do not have to have 5 colors. You can go with 3 colors. You can go with 20 colors. You can do whatever you want. Just have fun with it. Create something really cute and pretty and put it together, and you're gonna love it. I'm a little tongue-tied this morning. I'm just waking up from my night shift. But anyway, regardless. So this little fish is going to take 22 beads for each earring. It's going to take 1 round druck bead, and I have these ones that actually match my colors perfectly. I don't know if you can see it in there very well, but it's these beads here. Again, these came from the Bead Box bargain site, and they're a half teal, half blue little druck bead. Check glass druck, 20-piece strand of 6mm turquoise and indigo swirl. So they went perfectly with this as well. I really lucked out actually on stuff I had in my stash that went with these little fish. So let's put that away. Get that out of the way. Alright. You're also going to need 2 ear wires. Apologize for the traffic. Today is dump day and everybody is heading out. You're going to need 2 eye pins. I've already put this one on because I started this tutorial and realized I didn't have my camera on because I'm so smart. But you're going to use an eye pin for your fish, and we're just going to give that a bend, cut it off like we always do, and roll it back. I might end up having to shut my door here. I think it's getting pretty loud out there. A lot of traffic. And I do want to make these, oh my goodness. Do want to make these stay in line with each other like this. So now we've got this little fish. So it's not quite lined up. I'm going to get that cute little fish just like that. I'm going to dump my stuff out here. So there's my druck. You're also going to need 22 ball head pins per earring. Is it per earring? Let me count these and be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah, it's going to be 22 per earring. So you're going to do 44 total. And I've done most of them up already, but I did want to do a few with you. So what I did is I had 5 colors. I picked out 4 of each color. 1, 2, 3, 4 of each color, and then I just threw in a couple of extras for the other 2 or whatever. I didn't really give it much thought. I just grabbed 2 extras out of my little cup, and so I'd have a 22 count. We're also going to use, I think it's supposed to be 5 jump rings, but I know it's supposed to be 5 jump rings, but I only have 4 out for some reason, but, oh, because it's over here on the side. So, but I do have a little bag of 4mm jump rings. I am going to need 1 more eye pin. That is to stack my clusters on. Alright, so this is my method for doing clusters, and I'm sure I just take my round nose, hold it on the very tip, because I don't want a lot of, I like 2 wraps. A lot of people do 3 or 4. I just like 2. I don't want a big cherry stem. I just want my wrap. And then I come in as close as I can, bring it over, rotate, bring it back. So I have this, and then I take my bent nose. Usually I do it right on the usually do it right on my round nose, but I'm gonna hold on to it with my bent nose, grab the end, and just do 2 wraps. Oop, that one broke right off. And then get in there and cut it off nice and close. If there's any pokey thing, push it down. This one's pretty good. I don't feel anything. So, yeah, I'm going to straighten that just a little bit. And there you have it. There is a nicely wrapped little bead. Hope you can see it. I can't look into the camera from down here. Ah, look at that. If I hold it still, you can actually see it. So there is our bead. We're going to do a couple more. Like I said, I already did most of them, but I do want to do a few of them with you. And just get all that together. I'm going to get that cup out of the way. These little containers come from the Dollar Tree. They're in the party supply section. I have had a couple of people ask. This is, I just bought some new ones. This is what they look like. They're a little hors d'oeuvre tray. They're a 12-pack. And they are just like this, packaged in the party supply section at Dollar Tree. So if you haven't found any and you're just curious where they come from, that is where I got those. So let's go back to finishing the rest of these up. I'm just going to twist them. This is what I do when I have a lot. I do all my twists first, because I'm usually sitting on the couch watching TV doing this, and I will twist every single one of them. Get that out of the way. Especially when I have a lot. The bracelet that I was telling you that I did has over 150 of these on it. It's a lot. So I just sat on the couch watching TV, getting them all ready, and I just do it in steps. And it goes really fast. You know, you're just working away and getting them ready. So I had a whole cup full of little pieces like this. And then I had another cup beside me to put all these ones in after I finished them until I had all the pieces I needed. And then after I got them all twisted, I can pull up my pliers, get a hold of it, and give it my twist, and then again I set them aside. It's like being in a factory working the assembly line. Oh, that one didn't twist very well. Get in there. Yeah, close enough. No one's ever going to see it. It's one thing about clusters. If your loops aren't pretty, you will never see them. So yeah, just working away on them. Get them all done up. Oops. Made a mess of that one. But you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. Alright. I do want to push that one down a little bit because I think there. That's not so bad, I guess. Like I said, you're never going to see them in there. As long as it stays closed and attached, that's the important thing. So when you do it this way, it really does go fast. You know, before you realize it, you're just about done with them all. There. Okay. Now for the funner part. So each of these jump rings, actually, you know what? I think I need 6 jump rings, not 5. I know I do. Alright. So my first jump ring, I'm going to put 2 on. Any random 2. I'm just going to pick up 2 beads, drop them on there, and close it. Make sure you have a good closure on it. That is the very bottom of our dangle. And then we are going to pick up another jump ring, open it up, put 2 dangles on it. My hands are shaky this morning. I think I had too much coffee. Put on 2, put on your other jump ring. Let's get a melon in there. And 2 more beads. You can have 4 on the second jump ring. You're going to have 4 on every jump ring at this point. I am doing this wrong, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm doing it the way I did different one. Okay, so let's start that over. We are going to open up the eye pin. Just forget everything I said about that whole start of that process. We are going to put the 2 onto it. and close it. So we have 2 hanging from the bottom of that eye pin. Now we're going to take what I do with the one that was already on a jump ring. Ah, I didn't, because I never closed it. All right, at this point, let's do this again. Take number 2. We're going to put on 4 of our little pieces here, our little dangly beads. We're going to put on 4. We're going to close it. We are going to take this jump ring and the eye pin, and we're going to drop the jump ring down over the eye pin like this. And you see this one right here, that eye pin I had started to peel. So that's, I'm probably going to end up having to take those off and replace them with a new one, because that's not pretty. It was a bad head pin, which is what I meant when I said that. My head pin started to peel. Okay, now we're going to repeat that process 4 more times. 1, 2, let's random them up a little bit. 3, and 4. Close that one up. Again, just take the eye pin, put it through the jump ring, give them a little shake, let them all kind of fall into place there, and your little cluster is starting to form. And they will move around, and they will, until you finally at the end twist that end, and at that point they will stop. They'll stop moving around, spinning. They'll still be jingly, if that makes sense. Probably not. Let's see if we can find the opening on this jump ring. There we go. And again, just feed on 4. Close that one up. So you're doing 5 of these little jump ring clusters, and then you have the one at the bottom with the 2 that hooks into the eye pin itself. So that's where your 22 bead dangles come from. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I do have my camera zoomed in pretty good today, so hopefully I'm staying in frame, because it gives me a very limited field here to work in, and I don't want to go out of the frame, but I'm trying to stay in it. So please forgive me if I wander out a little bit. I do have a dot here to keep my hands in the right spot. My cheating method. Alright, 3 and 4. And again, drop that last one on. And now we've got this pretty little ball cluster here going on. We're going to drop our druck on. And that just kind of holds everything together. Just like I would with any simple loop, I'm going to bend it over the top of it. Trim it down. Whoops. Rattle a few things. Goodness, a lot of traffic. Alright, roll my loop at the end. Try to get a good closure on it. Yeah, so that's pretty simple, really. I mean, it's a little bit of process making all these little making all these little cluster of beads up, but it's kind of fun. So there's earring number 2. I just put an ear wire on it. And we have some really cute little summertime earrings. They also have a little bit of a tropical feel. They would be really cute on a summer vacation somewhere, to something tropical like the Caribbean, or anywhere that's got this pretty clear blue green waters. But aren't those adorable? I think they're so cute. I will for sure be wearing these cute little earrings. Alright, so there is earring pair number 1. Earring pair number 2 is similar. This one is done the way I was starting to do that one, though, with the jump rings hooking together. On this one, we're going to need 21 eye pins and 21 beads per earring. 20 beads per earring, sorry. One of the eye pins actually goes to, with head pins, goes to the flower. We're going to need 8 jump rings per earring. Same little jump rings. We're going to need 2 flower beads, 1 for each earring. 2 leaf beads, 1 for each earring. 2 butterflies, 1 for each earring. We're going to need a 4-inch piece of wire, which I did not get out, so I'll get that out in a minute. And we're going to need 2 eye pins, 1 for each earring. These ones they look like they're going to be more complicated. I actually think they're a little bit easier than the other pair. And these are my beautifully warped my beautifully warped eye pins. Let's see if we can't get those straightened out a little bit. You're also going to need your ear wire, of course. I don't know if I mentioned those or not. I don't think I did. Alright. Again, I went ahead and did most of my wrapped beads up. Well, I'd say I did about half of them. So I'll do a few of them with you again, and then I'll go off camera for a minute and finish them up. It really doesn't take that long to do them. But let's get these out of the way first so I can sort what I've got going on here. Alright. Put the ear wire. Put the ear wire over here. We'll line up our little pieces. I will pull these beads out of the way. It looks like way more than 20 beads. I might be wrong. I wrote down my directions, but that was days ago. Alright, so we have our jump rings. I have an assortment of beads here. Again, let me show you what I've got actually here first. This is just a package of leaf beads that I've had God only knows how long, and I have no idea where I got them. It could have been the Beadbox site. It could have been Amazon. I'm not really sure, but I have a whole lot of these little green leaf beads. I have these flowers that definitely did come from Beadbox Bargains. And they're just a little tulip bead, and this is the number for them, 30010. So there's my bead for that. And these little butterfly beads also came from Beadbox Bargains. And I thought I had the package for them. Oh, I do, it's right here. I think they came 2 to a package or 4 to a package, and maybe they were 4 to a package. And I have a couple packages here. Nope, there were 2 to a package. They are cubic zirconia. Sorry. They're a 4-piece. They were a 4-piece. pressed glass butterfly beads in matte light sapphire AB. And like I said, I have 2 packages of them, so set those aside. I also had these beads. I don't think I put these beads in, so I don't know why I grabbed those. Never mind. Alright, I don't have the packages evidently for the rest of these beads that I've got in here, but I'll show you what I've got. I have got these opalite, 4mm opalite beads in a white tone. I have 4mm clear rondelles as well. So the same thing as these, just those ones are opalite and these ones are clear. Then I have these came in one of our boxes one time. They're a barrel bead with a whole lot of facets cut into it, and they have like a little bit of a purpley sheen. Super pretty. And then I have these ones here that are they're kind of the same shape as those ones, but they're half blue and half purple AB on the side. Really, really pretty little bead. So I have that one. And then I have these round. These came from the Dollar Bead store a long time ago, and they're just a round bead with the same color tones to it as these 2 beads right here. So that's my 5 beads for this one. So you can use anything. Just, just dig through your stash or dig through your bead soup and see what you want to put together and use up. So here's everything kind of in a cup form. Move that out of the way. And we will work on... Alright, I'm going to pick 1, 2, I'm going to pick 1 of each bead. 3, I do have those bicones in there. Is that the only one? Talking to myself here. I don't know how those bicones ended up in there, but you know what? I'm going with it. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's going to go with it. I have 2 of them in here for some reason. So let's just use them. And we'll put another one of these in, and one of, let's go with one of those round ones. There. I'm going to get these out of the way because I think I had extra here. I'll find out in a minute. Man, so much traffic today. I have my door open. I apologize, but it is so warm in here. It's almost 80 degrees already. It's like 10 o'clock. Alright, so the same thing. I'm just going to assembly line these. I think I was never going to get a tutorial done today. One of these is actually for my flower. Didn't think I was going to get a tutorial done this week. It's just been a weird, crazy week. It is Sunday now, and I'm finally getting to do that. I guess technically it isn't this, it's a whole new week and I've missed one. Alright. Now, get my pliers the right way in my hand. Do my wraps. Just messed up another one. But as you can see in that other earring, you cannot tell. And that little fish earring, the one that I messed up, just mixed right in with all the rest, and you're never going to see it. So, you know, if your wrap doesn't come out perfect, don't beat yourself up over it. It's really not that important at the end of the day. It will work just fine. Alright, so I'm going to get back in here and trim these up. Push that one down a little bit because that one does stick out. A couple of my head pins here, my ball head pins are a little thicker than the rest. I think I might have mixed a couple together. Sorry about that. Not even sure where I was now. Anyway, let's get back to this last. I'll push this one in a little bit because it is poking out. Tuck that in. Alright. Now on this, I'm going to also do a wrapped loop. So that was my granddaughter Lily wanting me to come pick her up. So that's what I will be doing when I'm done here. There's my flower. Now this is where I need the wire. And actually, instead of getting out a piece of wire, I'm just going to steal one of these. No, I don't want that. Never mind. I was going to steal one of those. But they're too solid. They wouldn't wrap. So I'm going to take one of these ball head pins instead. I know it's not 4 inches, but I actually don't really need 4 inches. 4 inches is just a good measurement so that you have plenty to work with, especially if you're new to bracelet wrapping. But I'm just going to take my wire, put it through my leaf bead, bring them up so they cross at the top. I'm going to spill some beads all over the place. And right at that cross, I'm going to grab the longer one and stand it up. And I'm going to grab the shorter one and bend it. So I essentially have a little L. And then I'm going to take the short tail and wrap it around as much as I can here. At least once, but I think I can get 2 complete wraps. So I have this. And at this point, I'm going to tilt this to the side, and I'm going to use those same wraps to wrap over because I don't want a really long stem. Again, I like short cherry stems, not long ones. That's the only way I can describe it. They look like a little cherry stem if you make them too long. And I'm going to go over it just like I would with any wrapped loop. Perhaps this is why I said 4 inches would work way better, but I can make this work. There. Straighten it back out. Well, See it better after I trim it off and show it to you, I guess. So I'll trim this off in the back. Push it down. It's not the prettiest wrap, but that's okay. I can actually push them together a little bit more here. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. Anyway, there's our 2 beads wrapped. Alright, so I did not get out a eye pin for this one. Alright, so just like with the other one, I'm going to have one jump ring at the one eye. Yep, can't talk. One jump ring at the bottom with my 2 dangles. Mouth runs, brain doesn't. How it goes. And I'm just going to put both of these on there. Just like that. And attach them to my... Nope, I'm not going to attach them to that. I'm going to close them back up. I'm confusing the 2 earrings with each other today. The 2 methods. Maybe I should have just done them both the same way, but I'm really trying to show you different ways to use them. I'm just not doing a very good job of it. So now, this time, and we're going to do it like I started doing the other one. We're going to put on 2. We are going to feed on the other jump ring. Try not to catch your little loopies. And then we're going to put on 2 more. So we have 4 on that jump ring plus the other jump ring. It is a lot. It's completely doable. Okay. The thing is, you're going to want to make sure that you have the top of this jump ring with both of them divided on either side each time. So I tend to like to lay it down like this, and you can see both. I get 2 on this side and 2 on this side. So when I clip the next one in, I'm actually grabbing it right in the center of those 2, or those 4. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Oops. So again, 1, 2. Now this is where I want to grab it. I'm going to hold these 2. That way they're... Try to show you this and hold it at the right angle, but it's really hard to get it under camera. So because I'm holding these 2, I know the other 2 are on that side of the ring. And I'm just going to catch the ring. This really is not as difficult as I'm making it look. I'm trying to hold it under the camera at an angle so that you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Oh, I think I put 2 more on, don't I? I did 2, the jump ring, and 2. So now this is the top of this one. I didn't get a good close on there. So I'm going to lay it down so that it's kind of up as much as possible. They are going to stop falling, so I'll show you what I'm going to do to find the ends from afterwards. 1, 2. So what I end up doing when it gets to the point where you can't see it anymore, because it is going to end up like this on you. There is just no way to avoid that. I like to get in here, find that top ring again. You see it right there. I can see I've got 3 on this side and only 1 on that side. So I'm going to move 1 out of the way. over to the other side and grab the ring. The jump ring method that I did for the fish is easier, but it makes a tighter cluster. Like these are, this is a much tighter, more of a ball cluster, whereas this makes a longer, more drawn out cluster. So that's the difference with the two different methods and why I'm doing the two different ones like that. Okay. So, yeah. Where am I now? Set that down. Did I close that without putting two on the other side? I bet I did. I almost feel like I did. Sure did. I knew it felt like there wasn't enough cluster there. See, no matter what I do, it's going to end up moving on me. Alright, I'll get one more out. See if I can remember this time to add all 4 beads before I close my jump ring. And I almost did it again. Adding those last 2 kind of is slipping my mind every time here. Only 3 more to go, folks. You only have to deal with me 3 more for 3 more. All right, 1, 2. Let's see if we can find the top of that. So there's my top one. And I need to separate those beads so that I have 2 on either side. So now I get 2 in my finger, so I know the other 2 are on the other side. Slip that in. And add 2 more. I need something that will zap me every time I forget. I do need to cluster up a few more. I don't think I have enough. I'm short by 1 cluster. Alright. 1, 2. Pick this up without losing that. Nope. Okay, so I get 2 in my fingers. Go right through that jump ring. Every single time. At least I caught myself that time. Alright, I'm supposed to have a total of 8. That is my 8th jump ring, so that means I need to make 4 more. 4 more of these guys. I'm going to use this one and those 2. Dig out 4 more ball head pins. And I will go off camera just to wrap these 4 because you've seen me do it a couple of times now. I'm going to pause for a second and just get those wrapped. Okay. Open up this last jump ring and put on 2 of these, same as we've been doing. Find that top ring again. Found it. I gotta get two beads in my hands so that I have 2 on either side. I hope you can see this, but I'm just hooking that, putting on the last 2. Look, I remembered. Very last one, and I remembered. Close that up. Try to do it without losing it. Alright. Well, that didn't turn out so well. Where did my jump ring go? There it is. So let's do that again. They say practice makes perfect. I've got a long ways to go. I better start practicing. Alright, see if I can find that top ring again. There we go. Get 2 on one side of it. I might have to set that down a second. There we go. Grab this. See if I can do this. Probably not. 1. Get over there. 2. Hook my jump ring. Put on these 2. Maybe. I had the wrong pair of pliers in my hand. I should have them reversed. Just making it a little more difficult. But I did it. It's done. Alright, so now I'm going to open my other, well, the only one for this one, head pin, eye pin. Go back in again now and find that top. Make sure I have 2 beads on either side. There we go, right there. Hook. I'm going to actually hook it this way because I can push this through better. Close that up. And there is my other little cluster. Feed on my butterfly. And there's our second earring. Cute. Alright, I want my loop to line up with this loop. The easiest way for me to do it at this point is to turn it so that it's in this direction. And then when I bend this back to cut it, it should be, in theory, very close to being in the same direction. Doesn't always work for me, but it's usually pretty close. But again, you can always fix it with the double, 2 pairs of pliers, hold on to each ring and twist in them by going like this. But these did come out. They came out on the same plane, so I don't even have to twist them. It does work sometimes. My earring, put that on. And we have 2 super cute, super dangly pairs of earrings for the summer. And I think I have a really bad head pin in there that is peeling. But aren't those cute? All clustered up, and I love the little fish. I think the fish are just adorable. So there we have it. So have some fun with your little 2mm bicones and rondelles and things that you've got in your stash that you might have a lot of, or you might have odds and ends of, and just cluster them up and make something really cute with them. Again, these would make really cute little necklace focals that hanging from a Y-style necklace that's very summery and beaded up would make a really cute summer necklace. Actually, either one of them would. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Just a little something to fill in the gap before our new box comes out, and to use up some bead soup. And I do have, like I said, my show and tell coming out. It will be out I'm gonna say by Wednesday. I hope to have it out before that, but I should have it up by Wednesday. I plan on recording it tomorrow, so we will see. But yeah, look forward to that coming out, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending your time listening to me ramble on. God knows your time is valuable, and I may not be the best choice of it, so I do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.